Welcome back to Where Rams Walk. We can't win them all, but Derby fans are tired of us sitting back in games. Why do we invite all the pressure? Getting a little bit tired of it now. How are you all doing? We've got Peyton, Luke and Stace fresh back from the Riverside to review the latest loss. Tom says we sit back every single week and the same shit happens. Same as Watford, and we almost did it last week against Swansea. It's becoming now embarrassing. What do you think? Also this week we're talking about Leicester City. How much do we hate them? Plus we're talking about the Christmas fixtures, the FA Cup draw, who do we want in the third round draw? Plus we're up to the letter H in our A to Z guide of Derby County. Right, let's just jump into that Middlesbrough game then, Peyton. Once again, good first half, got the goal, second half, then just decided to sit back. Are you, as a fan, are you getting tired of watching this, just inviting pressure and holding out?
It's how we play. It's quite literally the tactic of how we play football. We sit back, invite pressure and hit teams on the counter-attack. We did it for their first goal 2 minutes into the game. I don't think anyone was complaining then. And we did it for that entire first half. And again, I don't think anyone was complaining then. And we were the better side for the first half of the game. But gets the second half, they get a bit of momentum. They've had their half-time team talk. And now they get some momentum, get their equaliser from a corner, which is poor defending from us. That's crept into our game recently, conceding from set pieces, which we were so good at last season. And then they go and score their winner from what I thought was a cross. And we lose the game because we then couldn't push back against them because they'd found their momentum. So I don't think the sitting back's the problem. I think it's just we need to be able to stay in games longer than we do sometimes.
Is there not a worrying trend, though, developing here, Stace? I mean, Sean pointed out here what could have been, but the trend of slipping into our game of late. 4 games in a row now, we've led 2-0, 2-0, 2-0, and today at Borough 1-0. Then we've gone on to concede the next 7 goals without reply. We need reinforcements in January to bring off the bench to see games out, or give us a boost. Matt replied to that saying, basically, we decided to sit so deep and spend much of the time off the ball that we're just absolutely knackered. What's your view on these takes? Who's right?
I don't really know. It's a tricky one really, because I didn't think from open play Middlesbrough looked like they were going to score against us, and I think the loss of Morris at set pieces and corners and free kicks hasn't helped because he's so domineering in the air, winning balls in both boxes. So I think he could have possibly cleared some of them, and it was Whittaker's is definitely just a pass into the box where he's got fortunate to go through. But that said, we offered absolutely nothing in that second half. We didn't retain the ball. I don't think we strung more than 3 passes together. We had nothing going for. I don't even think we got out of our half more than about 3 or 4 times. Or that's certainly how it felt in the ground. But and yeah, it was just a frustrating one because the domination we had in the first half with 9-10 corners where we looked like we'd score every time, we could have put and the crowd had turned on and there's some boos when they at half time. I think we could have put the game to bed in the first half, and then just as good as we were in the first half, we were abysmal in the second. So I don't know. Like I say, I think it's a tricky one because teams don't look like they're going to score in open play from against us very often.
Yeah, Luke, where do you stand on this? I mean, some fans are saying this was on Eustace. I mean, here was one of them before you go on saying Casey Flanagan was disappointing that Eustace didn't accept the blame for that. We continue to try and play on the break throughout, and even if we had caught a break, I don't think we even had the legs to do anything with it. This one is on him. CBT needs to be given a better chance than 5 minutes when we are 2-1 down. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm a bit of a mix of Peyton and Stace. Like I say, Peyton said it is the way we play, but we haven't got the legs over 90 minutes, and we haven't got the quality coming off the bench. You could see it, like Stace said, first off, we were cracking, countering. We was always running forward, and the amount of chances we had, set corners, like I say, we should have put the game to bed, but we don't have. I think that result showed us where we are, what team we are. We're a mid-table team, and it's simple as that, really. We haven't got the quality for 90 minutes to keep doing it over and over and over again. And the subs coming off the bench, it's like most of them are League One level. Like none of them are game changers really. I know we've got injuries and players to come back, but at the minute there's no quality coming off the bench. And yeah, that second half it was just really poor. And it is a bit unused just because it took way too long to make any changes. You could see most of the lads were knackered, absolutely. So yeah, some of the blame's on him, but it's the way we play. We dust ourselves down and we go again.
Yeah, I mean, look, you're playing second in the league, aren't you? Look at Swansea midweek as another good performance and a decent 3 points, wasn't it, Payton? So we're not going to be too down on here, and we're certainly not being, but it's just that what could have been, Payton, isn't it? It's just frustrating fans.
I mean, I don't know. I think it's the fact that it's Borough as well, and it's the personal aspect for a lot of fans with how Gibson was with us. But at the end of the day, they were what, third in the league at the start of the day, finished second, and that's probably where they're going to be for the rest of the season. They're going to be up there. They're a good team. They've got like quality players, and we are struggling with injuries. I've struggled with injuries all season. While play really good football and have really good talent. I mean, Adjumang scored a quality goal thanks to a brilliant Salverson pass that came from another brilliant Sanderson pass. Like 3 passes were thrown on goal, 1-0 up 2 minutes into the game. But the substitutes I think are a little bit of an issue. I think there's a couple of them that maybe aren't good enough. But I also think in the same vein, there's a couple of them that are quality players like Andy Vyman and Beckett Taylor, although he's not really had much of an opportunity.
Okay.
I think so. A positive for me is that in that good run, we were completely reliant on Carlton Morris with goals. And in the 3 games where he's not played, we've scored 5 goals from 5 players. So people are stepping up, which is a good thing. And Aguiman's finish was quality. There's a lot of positives still to take from it. And so we're not a one-man team. But yeah, we need a big performance on Saturday.
Yeah, okay. We're not going to get too down in the dumps at all about it. It is Borough. If you're just joining us, by the way, welcome. This is Where Rams Walk. It's 20 minutes of Derby chat every single week with a variety of team fans that travel up and down the country watching this side. It's Leicester next, then, Luke, and we've chatted to Leicester fans already. On our rival podcast, where foxes walk, and asked them about you lot, and we'll talk about what they said in a second. But in terms of where you sit with Leicester, in terms of dislike and hatred, where do you put them with Forest and obviously Coventry would be first, I'd imagine. Sorry, Forest will be first. Sorry, but who comes next?
I don't know really. It's strange because when I've been watching Derby, it's just been Forest. That's it. There's like no one. I'm like literally, for me personally, I'm not bothered about anyone else but Forest. It's a strange one because you do talk to a lot of people that say, "Oh yeah, we don't like Leicester," and there's other teams that are close by that don't like. It's like Burton trying to make a rivalry wheels. It's an absolute embarrassment. They're just a bus stop. So no, for me, it's just Forest, and then that's it really. I've got no qualms with Leicester, but it's always nice to beat someone local. But yeah, for me, it's a bit hit and miss really.
Yeah. Any of you other two got any issues with Leicester?
Haven't got an issue with Leicester, but there is one team that I think you missed out, Luke. Leeds. I don't think we like them very much.
Again, it's not like they're not close. Yeah,
a lot of local, but
it's nice to beat them, but yeah, for me, it's just Forest, and that's it.
Okay, Stace?
I think Leicester was more of a thing in the 90s when Brian Little was there as well, and that playoff final we should have won. It was an issue then, and because we haven't really played each other for a considerable amount of time, really, it's not that rivalry's not there. It's Forest. There's no one else.
Yeah, okay. Which is kind of what they said about you, really. It's just, well, it's an East Midlands rivalry. It's nice to get one over on each other, but they dislike Forest more than they dislike you, I think was what they said as well. Obviously,
no one likes Forest though, Mark.
Yeah,
it's true. We play them next week as well, so yeah, you'll be Everton fans on Saturday. Right, let's have a look then. So yeah, we've got this weird double header, Peyton, in this fixture, haven't we? With Leicester at the start of the month and Leicester at the end of it. Does that give teams an advantage when you play each other so close? Do you think, in terms of injuries that might play you twice without Carlton, for example?
Yeah, not really, because teams could completely change how they end up playing within that 5-game run. I mean, Leicester I think they could sack the manager by that point, or have a new manager in and be a completely different side going into the end of the month. Okay. So I think, yeah, sometimes it can maybe give you an advantage because you've already played them in a recent history, but same as any team at any point of the league, innit? You could think, oh yeah, we played them at this point and they played like this, and they've still got the majority of the same players and the same manager. So I don't think there's any advantage now.
Okay. As stated, apart from you playing all teams that play in blue, weirdly, over the Christmas period, you look at this and go, ooh, there's some very winnable fixtures here. I mean, Wednesday are obviously in trouble. Portsmouth are sinking like a stone. Millwall aren't very good away from home. Do you look at this and lick your lips with
it's
what could be?
Yeah, it's got potential. I mean, I follow a few Leicester fans on Twitter, and they're just like rock bottom. So there's potential if you take away the local element. If we could pick up 6 points there, and we always seem to get Birmingham, don't we, away on Boxing Day or around Christmas and do quite well. So that would be a nice one to replicate that after a couple of big wins there in the last few times we've played there over the festive period. So it's got potential, but it's also quite tricky. If you flip it, it's Birmingham away, Leicester away and Borough at home. That's 3 tough games over the Christmas period, but we'll see.
If Leicester do sack their manager before this weekend, Luke, that will mean that potentially Derby have a nice triple header there of playing 3 teams with three new managers, which I don't think has ever happened before in Championship history. We're not sure that's going to happen though. But you've survived, haven't you? You beat Swansea and put up a fight against Borough. Sometimes it goes the other way, doesn't it, when you're playing new managers?
Yeah, it's funny how you mentioned that, because I was actually thinking before we came on, has any team ever faced back-to-back teams with new managers? There might be somewhere, but I can't remember anyone doing it in this league. But no, yeah, I mean, Swansea, I thought it was brilliant. I thought we had so many chances. That could have been a cricket score on another night. We could have been easy home and dry. Bit nervy towards the end, but we saw the game out. And yeah, I mean, the Borough game, but like I say, first half, it's like I say, that new manager bounce for me, it's so strange because a lot of people do believe in it, but then you look at, well, we beat Swansea and they had a new manager, but then we just played Borough and they've had a new manager and we've lost. So it's, to me, I'm not like new manager, no new manager, it doesn't really matter to me. You've just got it on the day. If we play the way we can play, let's say the 5 games we run in, that against Swansea as well, we've got potential to beat anyone. We've just got to be on it and not show not too much respect on the ball to some teams.
Okay. The one fixture not on that screen there then was the FA Cup draw, of course, the FA Cup third round, which the draw takes place this time of recording next week. So let's manifest our opponents, shall we? It's time for a good cup run for Derby, I think, Stacey, isn't it? We've not perhaps had one in a while. Who do you want in the third round of the FA Cup, my friend?
I would really like Everton to go to the Phil Dickinson. Everton away.
Yeah. Come on, we'll have a good day.
Actual experience out.
Good day out in Liverpool. Brilliant. Peyton?
I don't know. Isn't there a non-league team that made it into round 3?
You want the non-league at home?
The non-league team. Non-league team at home.
Okay, fair dues, Luke.
It'll be nice to go lower league away because they're always cracking games and it's the cup and stuff like that. But I'd like to go somewhere where I've not been before, so it would be nice to go to Everton for a new stadium. And I don't have Forest in it yet because I'd just love to get Forest. Why not? Why not?
Okay. At their place or yours?
Don't matter.
Okay.
Does not matter.
Right, let's manifest that then, shall we?
Absolutely.
Yeah, but you know it's going to be Sheffield Wednesday, don't you, or something like that? It's
Yeah.
it's going to be somebody you've just played. Yeah, it'd be Leicester probably, wouldn't it? No, you're just...
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Right, A to Z time then. Finishing off this week, then letter H. We're up to this week. Who's the biggest Derby legend with the surname H? Manager, player, or event? Actually, it doesn't have to be a person that you can think of that deserves to be in the Derby County Hall of Fame encyclopedia. Peyton, you can't put yourself in, mate, I'm afraid. But yeah, you're a Derby legend in our eyes. What would you go with?
To be honest with you, my mind goes blank every single time with these. I normally just sit here quietly and pick. And then just try to think.
Anyone begin with H. Come back to you, Luke.
So for me, there was a couple of things like when we discussed about it could be hat-tricks and stuff like that. You've got Bryson against Forest.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen a halfway line goal for Derby. I've seen one against Derby, but I'm going to go with a man. Well, he's a man now. He was a boy when he was here, but I really miss him, Mr. Will Hughes.
Oh yeah.
I miss that lad. What an absolute talent he was with us, and fair play to him. When he left, I thought he deserves better anyway. He deserves to be in the Premier League, and he's shown it, and he's such a class player. And one day, I'm praying that's one player I'd love to come back to the club.
Well,
And Eustace said he'd like him back as well, so that'd be some signing. Yeah, big shout out for Will Hughes as the best player I've seen. That begins with H. I don't think I've ever seen a 16-year-old look so composed, comfortable on the ball, and his range of passing was immense. And having Barcelona scouting at the time, so Will Hughes. But a big mention as well to Alan Hinton. I never saw him play, but my dad said he's the best cross the ball he's ever seen. So big one there.
Shouts. Peyton.
I'm really annoyed because I was sat here last week thinking about this, and Will Hughes was in my head the whole time, and I come to today and I completely forgot about him. But I'll give a shout out to his midfield partner at one point, Jeff Hendrick, who was a quality player, and I think is still to this day our most expensive sale. I mean, Cashin might have beat him, but he's up there.
Good shouts. Now, they do need your help next week, though, because we get to their first tricky letter next week, and the letter I. So, without the help of... Oh, it's not tricky because he's got one already, right?
No, already got one.
Right.
I've got one.
Okay. All right, okay. Right.
Forehand against.
Let us know in the comments then who they should have for I. Right, thank you very much, you three. Enjoyed the game against Leicester this week. Leicester fans are expecting you to beat them. They have this all in the Leicester comments as well. We're going to get embarrassed by Derby. So, yeah, make their wishes come true. We'll see you here back here next week. Thanks so much for watching. Do drop us a quick subscribe if you like. We're very close to our next target. That'd be amazing. Thanks for watching.